Welcome to Cooking with Jamie, the only cooking show with philosophical discussions. Today I will be preparing for you tea, English muffins. I was reading a book recently. You might have heard of it. It's called The Lord of the Flies. If you don't know about it, it's about a group of boys who get stranded in the Pacific on an island. It's a really interesting read with a lot of connections to human nature. A main theme in the book was savagery, and I really believe that savage behavior leads to a failed society. You can see this on page 174 of the book when Jack, who's one of the main characters, loses it and yells at the other boys, demanding they eat the pig that he got them. Jack's entire philosophy is to hunt pig. This makes sense in the short term, but he isn't focused on getting the boys off the island, and this causes a huge clash with Ralph, who's the leader of the group and another main character. So this results in a change of leadership on the island. So Thomas Hobbes, who's a great philosopher, believes that in a state of nature, humans are naturally selfish and brutal. You can see that this philosophy applies to Jack Merridew, who only wants to hunt and kill pig. Back to my English muffins. Put these in the toaster. Next, I'll start my tea. So I really like old British tea. I'm sure the English boys on the island would too. Another idea of mine from the book, Lord of the Flies, is that when a group of people become separated from the rest of society, it brings out the good as well as the bad in people. We can see this with Roger, another character from the book, when he launched the boulder at Piggy that killed him. Roger acted this way, in part because when he was away from the grown-ups and the rest of society, he wasn't restricted from acting in certain ways. What Roger did was out of control and crazy. By being secluded from society, the way he acted became more savage. So now I believe it's time for some paid programming that makes this all possible. And now we take a break for our sponsor. Oh, hello. I'm a very real person, and not an actor being paid a great deal of money to be in this advertisement. Are you a civil person? Are you constantly polite, courteous, and just too nice? Well, if you are, this is just the thing for you. Try savagery. If it worked for Jack Merridew, it will work for you. Being nice will just make you end up like Piggy. Side effects may include insomnia, stress, increased blood pressure, death, cannibalism, temptations to hunt pigs, and feelings of being on a deserted island. Savagery. Try it today, and I guarantee you will lead a much better life. Thank you. And we're back. Right now I've got my tea and my English muffins right here. I prefer my muffins with peanut butter, so that's just what I'll do. And I'll put some tea in. Back to the book. Another theme in the book that was very strong was innocence. My third idea is that the innocence of people in a society, in turn, causes them to act in ways that are more savage than civil. In The Lord of the Flies, the innocence of the boys is truly shown right at the end of the story. And I quote, "The tears began to flow and sobs shook him. He gave himself up to them now for the first time on the island, great shuddering spasms of grief that seemed to wrench his whole body." So their innocence led them to do rash things because of the young age they all were. Without adults and without the rest of society, they acted more savagely than civilly. Going back to philosophy, from Hobbes, as well as John Locke, they both agree that humans desire government, and that government derives its power from the people. The boys on the island desired a type of government from the beginning, which is why they voted for Ralph as the leader. Because of their innocence when they first started their endeavor, they didn't think of the individual rights that they would lose for the common good. When everyone left Ralph, their government changed, and so did their individual rights. I think the quote from the book really sums up the true innocence of the boys, as well as what they had just been through. We can all agree that the book, The Lord of the Flies, has some major key moments that can be traced back to the roots of human behavior. Thank you all for tuning in today on Cooking with Jamie.